Hey guys, and welcome to my summary of the letter from the producer live for patch 7.4. This is going to include some heavy hitters like the brand new Savage tier, Occult Crescent updates, Cosmic Exploration updates, and so much more like we expected, like MSQ and Trials. However, we also have some curveballs in there, like the new variant Criterion Dungeon set. So I'm going to lock in and I'm going to give you all the juiciest details from the many hours long live letter. Patch 7.4 has been named Into the Mist and will launch on December 16th, 2025. On the 16th, we're going to be seeing the normal version of the raids come out, new tonestones, and new craftable gear. Massively critical information I know people are going to want to hear is that Savage is releasing on Tuesday, January 6th. That's when the Savage release is going to be. So again, Tuesday, January 6th. Before we get into further 7.4 details, we're going to talk about 7.38, which is going to release on Tuesday, November 11th, which is going to remove the weekly item limit for Savage raid loot. I know, finally, but it is going to be here at the 11th. Now you can trade in Ordel and Montwalt coins for Evercharged Esther to upgrade your Tombstone weapons. Lastly, the Return to Evil East raids will now drop a new housing item reward. As is standard with the mainline patch, we're going to be getting new MSQ with a new dungeon called Mistwake, fitting into the patch name of Into the Mist, and then a brand new trial called Hell on Rails. And this is the new normal and extreme trial, and I'm just going to say that the idea of going into the mists and then seeing this train is giving me the train in Bleach vibes in the Dankai. You cannot tell me that it's only me that thinks that. Come on, like, this feels like such a reference to me. With patch 7.4, we're going to be getting a phantom weapon update to the item level of 775. Items to enhance the weapon will be up from various duties, including Occult Crescent itself. Occult Crescent itself is actually going to be getting a update. In particular, it's going to get 3 new phantom jobs: Mystic Knight, Dancer, and Gladiator. Furthermore, Occult Crescent is now going to have new activities added in there where you're going to be getting new accessory sets that will be able to be obtained. 4 accessories for the Disciples of War, and then another 4 for the Disciples of Magic, so I suppose that would make 8 in total to collect. These will increase character attributes when in Occult Crescent. These are going to be obtained from doing critical encounters, treasure chests, magic pots, and happy bonnets. The developers did note that 7.4 is meant to be a minor update. The major update with the new zone and new tower will be in 7.5. The developers also noted that there will be multiple difficulties for the tower that is being added in 7.5, learning from what happened with Fork Tower. There's going to be a new cosmic exploration zone called OIZYS. OIZYS. Added in patch 7.4. I'm going to stop that before someone mauls me. OIZYS. Interestingly enough, the developer said that there used to be something on this planet, then they called it like a civilization that was found, and that the civilization kind of messed with things and messed with gravity and found its end. And that's actually going to impact the cosmic exploration gameplay in a new thing where you're going to be traveling through ancient ruins. So brand new rewards were added with OIZYS, which includes cosmic tool enhancement to enhance them to item level 765 with this funky retro glow. And there will also be a host of new rewards added for Cosmic Credits, Cosmic Fortune prizes, and new X Plus missions. There's also going to be other Cosmic Exploration gameplay changes on OIZYS, and for sequential missions, you will be getting a bonus. And there will be a new game mode called Ruin Exploration, where you're going to be uncovering the ancient records pertaining to the planet's past civilization and have them appraised to obtain items. OIZYS also sounds kind of cool to me. We're going to be seeing one of the best Unreal trials ever, which is Tsukiyomi. And Tsukiyomi's original Extreme trial was one of my favorite pieces of content. The fight is just literally beautiful. I just have so many compliments. It literally to this day is one of my favorites in the game, as well as her storyline and Stormblood, just a masterpiece. So seeing this as a new Unreal trial, I'm actually really happy about. We're going to be getting an update to the Inconcievably. Further hildibrand adventures. We're serving cactus on a cyberpunk vehicle, like, duh. We're also going to be getting duty support for Zamiel Darkhold. All these years later, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Zamiel Darkhold. And AURUM VALE, but they're added to duty support now. With 7.4, obviously, we're going to be getting the new raid tier, which is going to be the ARCADION heavyweight tier. And again, the Savage is released in January 6th. It is not being released on December 16th, so they're pushing it back. But yeah, just threw up some screenshots now for you to check out what's there. In terms of PvP, PvP Series 10 is going to begin, and there will be a lot of PvP balance changes, as well as a brand new frontline map and campaign. In particular, the frontline map is called Warcore Shite. And so yeah, I think that this is cool because honestly we don't get a new frontline, and I think Warcore Shite looks really cool. You know, you got that big mountain just fully erected Warcore Shite. So Gold Saucer is getting an update, but before you click to the next timestamp, it's actually going to involve like fighting what looks like a boss, or at least that's what I'm getting. So it's getting an update to Air Force One called the CTD and you're going to basically go in there with what looks like a totally new open map, kind of like a dungeon, and have a boss fight at the end. Unironically, I think that's actually pretty interesting, so I'm going to look for like further information on that. Now let's talk about the new variant dungeon called the Merchant's Tale, and these are actually going to be in-game screenshots, so they very purposefully modify the textures. As the screenshots show, it seems that we're being pulled into like this storybook, so some kind of like Winnie the Pooh tale. Inside of here, we're going to get to explore a dungeon with a particular NPC and reveal the hidden stories within, and it's standard with variant dungeons that you're going to be getting different paths that can lead to different bosses and different mechanics. From this content, you're going to be able to get new rewards like new glamours and mounts that I'm going to show on the screen right now. So it's very interesting to note that you can use the basic variant dungeon to level jobs. As well as in the basic variant, you can bring in any composition into the dungeon, and you can even do it solo if you want. Beyond the basic variant dungeon, you're going to be able to go into something called Variant Dungeon Advanced. There's going to be no exploration in this dungeon, and you can do 3 boss battles from the first variant dungeon, which can be done in any order that you choose. Each boss is going to have its own associated reward, and then beating all 3 of the bosses in one single run will give you a bonus reward. This advanced variant dungeon can be done with minimum of 2 players but up to 4 players, and the difficulty will be adjusted automatically. Note that we can still have duty specific actions in this advanced variant dungeon just like we can for the basic. Beyond advanced variant dungeons, we're going to have Criterion Dungeons. There's going to be no exploration here, and features more challenging versions of the variant dungeons with much more punishing mechanics in here. In Criterion, revival methods are going to be limited, and the bosses are going to need to be defeated in a very particular sequential order, so no random order like you had in the advanced variant. So pulling up the variant Criterion Dungeon chart, we can see from here that the variant dungeon is very lenient and can be used to level, can be done solo, any composition. Variant Dungeon Advanced can be done as a duo or up to 4 players, any composition. However, Criterion Dungeon is going to be restricted to 4 players, and if you're not going to go pre-formed, you're going to need 1 healer, 1 tank, 2 DPS, or pre-formed party can go in as anything. So in theory, you could do warrior and 3 DPS, maybe 2 paladins and 2 DPS. Further changes coming with 7.4 include new UI themes for clear green and clear white. Strategy board is going to be added, which is going to be like a raid planning tool to help coordinate players. They sadly didn't get into many details about this, but this is a huge feature to say the least, and I am genuinely very excited to learn more about it. I'm not going to speculate much on the exact features here in this video because they are going to go into details next live letter, but we have needed this for a very long time. Next feature is going to be the command panel that basically lets you put commands or functions into a particular widget without cluttering hotbars. This is going to be very handy, especially because you can open and close the command panel via buttons, so it's really easy to access and really easy to put away when not needed. So let me know what you guys think, and as always, if this helped you, super appreciate if you dropped a giant smashing cat daddy set of glutes on that subscribe button, and cat daddy that subscribe button, and cat daddy that like button, and okay, I'm too tired. This was very early in the morning. I'm so tired. Take care, everyone. Let me know for real what you think, though, because like I think that this is kind of cool, and I've been playing a lot of Guild Wars too, and so hearing about the mists and the mist like dungeon, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Chars for the win.